right, we are live. Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
we are alive.
So it would seem. Welcome to the August Cozy Chat writing updates. It's just going to be a kind of a uh, casual video. I have a bunch of.
It's not casual.
Oh, is it not?
It's very formal. I mean, I'm wearing a
You
jacket.
are wearing a jacket. He's the business side. I'm the casual side. Um,
We're like that haircut, the
oh, the mullet.
mullet. Yeah, we're like the mullet team. Team mullet over here.
So, yeah, I will be giving you some updates and whatnot, but feel free to pop into the chat at any point in time if you have questions or comments or anything. Brian will be keeping an eye on the chat,
I
so,
won't be.
or he won't be. He won't let me know, and I'll just keep going. And yeah,
Scream into the void all you want, but there will be no chats. Ember can actually see the chat window.
I can if I'm actually looking at it, yes.
So, well, welcome one and welcome all.
Yes. So, I think everyone who's here knows me, but if anyone is watching the replay later and you're not familiar, I'm Amber Hathaway, and I'm a horror and dark fiction writer from Central Maine, and my debut novel, Little White Flowers, came out July 1st. It's hard to believe this book has already been out there for a whole month, and I did want to take a moment to thank everyone for all the support. It really was an incredible release month. Already had some dreams come true, and so like, yeah, it's been an amazing time. So that is that. Now for and I have a bunch of updates, so I tend to talk fast. Feel free to like pause me and slow me down if you have any questions or on anything. But so Little White Flowers is the first book in my Little White Flowers series. So I have a second book coming out, and I just announced the title and release date. So that one is called Hallowed Deadly Seeds, and it is coming out on June 30th, 2026. So next year. I do have it up on Goodreads. It has a placeholder cover. So if you go and you see like the cover is just like a black background with white text, that's not the actual cover. It's just a placeholder. So I have something there. But it is up on Goodreads if you want to add to your to read list. The ebook pre-order is up on Amazon. Paperback pre-orders will be coming once I have the actual cover. And I also have a newsletter sign up, and I have a page in my post in my community tab where I announce the title that has the link to my newsletter in there. So if you want a sneak peek to the first few chapters of book 2, it is you sign up for my newsletter, and there's a little link in the like sign up email where you can read that. If you haven't read book 1 yet and you want a preview, I also have a preview of book 1 up that you can get through that same newsletter sign up. So those are, I think, the big book 2 ones. So the big thing is book 2, it's written. It is going through all the stages leading up to publication, and it will be in your hands at next year, 11 months from now.
So when can we expect to see the cover?
I don't have the exact date yet, but sometime this fall. So, yeah, it is hopefully going to be just as incredible as book 1's cover. So I'm really excited for that.
I think she's lying.
Oh,
Yes, I don't think will be a cover. I think that the cover is the one that's up there right now.
let's hope not. And so moving on to book 1.
Wouldn't that be backwards?
Yes, we are taking a step back. So going back to book 1, now that we have the big book 2 announcements out of the way. So there are a few things in the works for book 1. So first of all, I did get some questions about where is the best place to review. So if you're looking for a place to review Little White Flowers, the short answer is anywhere you feel comfortable, because any review or word of mouth helps. Now, if you're looking at the big platforms, I think Goodreads and Amazon are still like the two biggest ones people go to when deciding whether or not to buy a book. But if you want to leave reviews anywhere else, like Google, there's some way you can leave reviews on Google. Hoopla, which is the library app, and we'll talk more about Hoopla in a moment. You can do ratings on Hoopla, I found out. I have a couple ratings up there. And I'm going to be trying to get more people to read my book through the library. So if you do have a Hoopla account and you want to leave a rating there, that would be awesome.
Yeah, my favorite place is like the Target parking lot where I shout at everyone in the parking lot to buy the book.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to do anything for me.
I think it's effective.
Is it now?
Yeah, you've been getting a lot of purchases.
Yes, but I don't think that's from you shouting in the Target parking lot. Or maybe it is. Maybe you can keep doing this shouting in the Target parking lot and get me more purchases. All right, let's see. I've lost my train of thought now.
Oh, you were at saying where the best place to review is.
Okay, yeah, so
Hoopla was the last one you left off before we decided that the Target parking lot was the superior place to advertise the book.
yeah, so really, I mean, anywhere, like if you have friends you think would like the book, word of mouth goes a long way. So, and like, don't worry about like, I know like some people, I know I sometimes get nervous when I'm reviewing books of like, will this sound good enough? Don't worry. Like, it is totally fine. Like, whatever you have to say, don't worry about having like the perfect flowery language or anything. People like reading like honest, relatable reviews, and so and I will not use people's reviews without like, because I use review excerpts sometimes for like promotional materials, but I like to ask people first. So if you're uncomfortable with the idea of your like words being used, I like to ask people as long as I have some way to get a hold of them. So and then also the hardcover is in the works. So it's going to be essentially the same as the paperback. I'm going to have some fancy blurbs on the inside and on the back cover.
Except for it hurts worse.
I mean, if you hit yourself with the hardcover, it would hurt a little bit more.
I know from personal experience
the non-existent hardcover.
that the hardcover hurts worse.
It doesn't. I haven't even gotten the Ingram. I have submitted the proof to Ingram Spark, but I haven't even gotten it approved yet. So I don't know how you're.
Plausible deniability on Amber's part.
It was a royal pain to get it up on Ingram Spark yesterday. They kept giving me the weirdest error messages. Like it kept saying like, "Oh, we don't. There's some error going wrong, and we don't know what it is." So I had errors galore. Eventually, I just like resubmitted the file enough times because there was nothing wrong with the file. Like I knew it was on Ingram Spark's end, and so finally I got it to go through, and I'm crossing my fingers that when it goes through there, check everything looks fine. But yeah, it looks essentially the same. The front cover is going to look the same. The back cover will have blurbs. It will have a dust jacket. And the case laminate under the dust jacket will basically just be the paperback cover. So, and then, yeah, the only difference is there's some blurbs on the inside, and there's also like information about book 2 in there now. So I have like my books list updated with book 2 and stuff like that. But if you already have the paperback, it's going to be functionally the same thing. And if you don't need like hardcovers, that one is coming out in hopefully early October, assuming everything goes well with all the print stuff. And then I also have a book club kit coming soon. So I thought this would be
that one also hurts much worse.
It's literally a PDF.
It's a club.
Oh. So it's just a little PDF I've been making. It has things like discussion questions, author Q&A, all that kind of like fun stuff. A little bit of bonus material, nothing like too in depth, but like if you've read book 1, there's some epistolary pieces in there, and so I have some bonus content relating to those.
Yeah, that's what's going on my tombstone.
It's not epistolary fiction is different from an epitaph.
Oh.
I mean, like letters and diary entries.
Letters, yes.
And so, yeah, I have a little book club kit I've been working on, and hopefully it will be up on my website. And it's going to be a free PDF download, so you don't have to do anything fancy to get it. It's, yeah, just going to be there. So, if you want to do a buddy read with a friend and have some kind of like things to talk about, or you want a little bit of bonus material or any of those kind of things, it'll hopefully be up on my website next week. It's
bonus material.
it's basically done. I just have to
Oh yes, bonus.
I just have to do like the little welcome letter where I explain what's in the kit and that kind of stuff, but it's
Oh
otherwise
yeah.
finished. And my big reason for doing this was so this month I am doing a big push in terms of libraries. So if you have not had a chance to get Little White Flowers yet and you want some way to read it for free, you may be able to do that at your local library. So first of all, Little White Flowers is in Hoopla. So if your library system has Hoopla, just log in like you would normally, look up Little White Flowers, and in most cases it should be available for you and you can just check it out like you would. Libraries do have the ability to restrict, like have place restrictions on books. So there could be like for one reason or another it doesn't show up in your library specifically and you have to talk to the library about that. But in
Talk to them about it.
but
Be
in
like, I didn't see this book in there.
but in general, when a book is in Hoopla, it can be accessed through basically any Hoopla library. And so that's the nice thing about Hoopla is your library doesn't actually have to purchase the book specifically. Like they're paying for the number of checkouts you make in a month, not for the specific books. So you have access to a much wider catalog. And so that's really cool. If anyone does end up checking out a book through Hoopla and you want to send me, let me know the date you checked it out. I would be curious because I'm not willing to test this myself. I don't want to cost my library. My library does have Hoopla, but I don't want to cost them money to check out my own book when I have access to my book. So, but if you do want to read it on Hoopla and you end up checking it out from there, I'm trying to figure out about how long it takes the royalty statements for Hoopla to actually show up in your account. Because there's
Not financially motivated at all.
well, I'm just curious because like I've been trying to do research and like I asked on Threads and usually you can get information on Threads and everyone's like, oh yeah, it'll be eventually. Like there's no information or consensus and like I want hard data. Like I'm a scientist and so like I want to start collecting data so I can use that and yeah.
It's more of a curiosity question.
It is a curiosity question. It's like so. But at any rate, yeah, so that is so it's in Hoopla, and if your library has Hoopla, you just sign in like you would normally. And actually, my purchase link option, so I always have Hoopla in my purchases. So if you go to like the main page of my website and you click on Little White Flowers, there's going to be a Hoopla link right there, and you click on that, it will take you straight to Little White Flowers and Hoopla. It is not up on for Hallowed Deadly Seeds yet because it's still processing. Hoopla takes a long time to process. And even once it processes, you won't actually be able to do anything with the link until the book is available, but you'll at least be able to see it on Hoopla's website. And so that's kind of cool. But that's Hoopla. Now, if your library has Overdrive or Libby, which are kind of the same system, or Cloud Library or one of the other ones, in those cases, the library has to actually like pay for a copy of the book. So you have to ask your library specifically if they want to purchase it. And I don't know all the details of it's complicated how library purchasing works. Like they pay for a certain number of reads, but it works kind of like a physical book in that like if you check out the book and someone else wants to read it, they have to wait until it's returned. So, but yeah, you just can talk to your library and let them know. It is available through Overdrive in one library in the UK, which I was really excited about. If you go on WorldCat, it is available there. So that was really awesome to see. And yeah.
I do try to talk to my library all the time, but the building just doesn't say anything.
You're so funny. And
they said that they didn't have it on Hoopla, the library itself.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. Yeah, so we'll have fun talking to your local library. Anyway, and then, so like, yeah, your library wants to have the books that you're interested in. So there's no guarantee that they will get a copy, but if you are interested, especially if you have friends who are interested too, you can always be like, hey, library, we want to read this book, and maybe they'll get a copy. And then, of course, there's always print books. Now, if you live in Maine, it is available through the Orono Public Library, and it's in MaineCat. which is the statewide library catalog. And so if your library participates in MaineCat, you may be able to order it through Interlibrary Loan. I'm not sure if it's still checked out. Last I knew it was checked out, so you'd have to go on the wait list, but when it gets returned, you can check it out. And you can also always talk to your library about getting a paperback copy if you want to. Now, libraries tend to be a little bit, they have limited resources, so they may be more reluctant to buy a paperback copy, which costs more money. But if enough people in the library are interested in it, they may still want to buy one.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem about MaineCat is that, those Maine Coon cats, they're huge. They're very protective over their books. It's hard to wrestle them from the cats because they'll scratch at you and stuff like that. So, yeah, sometimes it's just not quite worth the trouble.
And, yeah, so let's see. I think those were the main things I wanted to talk about in regards to.
Yeah, we were just talking about Maine.
Yes. Libraries. So yeah, I'm just focusing on libraries this month and trying to get Little White Flowers in the hands of more library readers. Now it's not in KU because you have to be exclusive there, so you can't be in libraries, and I really love libraries and want my book to be available in libraries.
You mean Kindle Unlimited?
Yeah, KU is in Kindle Unlimited, thank you. But if subscription services are your jam, it is in Everend, which I haven't used either KU or Everend. I don't know like the pros and cons to each one's, but it is available through Everend, which is a similar subscription service from what I understand, where you pay a monthly fee and you get to read a bunch of books. And then, so some updates on my other projects. So Little White Flowers is part of a trilogy. Books 1 and 2 follow, like book 2 follows immediately after book 1. And it actually wraps up pretty nicely for the most part. So, but then there's...
But she's a little biased.
Well, my editor says so. My editor thinks that book 2 wraps up pretty nicely. But then there's kind of like one part that I feel like is a little unsatisfying. Like this, you want a little bit more resolution on one tiny piece of it. And so I wrote a third book. It's set in the future, 11 years in the future from when the first. So the first 2 books take place in 2008. Book 3 takes place in 2019. And yeah. And so book 3 is written. It's been drafted. I have, so if you're not familiar with the editing process, there are 3 phases of editing-ish. There's developmental edits, line edits, and copy edits. You also have like proofreading and stuff. So there's more than that, but I have my developmental edits back from my editor. And once I finish drafting the manuscript I'm currently drafting, my big project is going to be making all those developmental changes so that I can get book 3 all ready to go. So, that's probably gonna be this winter-ish, because the other project I'm working is a 90s horror story, kind of Fear Street vibes, 90s YA. And I'm 31,000 words into it out of an estimated 40 to 50,000 words. So a good chunk of the way through, just trying to finish that one up and hopefully get in my editor's hands this winter while I work on book 3. So those are my other kind of like novels in progress updates. And so, I don't know if there are any questions. I'm going to take a drink of water and pause for a second, and then we'll continue with more updates.
Yes, all the updates.
I was not joking when I said I had a lot of updates. Like, been 17 minutes of just straight updates. But we're getting toward the end. It doesn't go on forever. So the last thing is short stories. So I had a short story come out, Nan's Gift, and it came out in the Cancer Collection, which is, so the January Ember Press, which did the horoscope series, they're also doing single zodiac sign collections. And so the doll was re-released in their Gemini collection. And then I have a new piece, Nan's Gift, in the Cancer Collection. And so these are currently available in ebook only. I'll let you know if paperbacks become available. $1.99 for the ebook. And Nan's Gift is kind of a fun, like, coastal horror. And it has similar vibes to my short story Jane, if you've read that. There's some similarities there. So that was a recent release. And then I have a couple more short stories I've been working on recently. I just finished editing a long short story. It's 15,000 words, a retelling of The Hitchhiker. I don't have publication plans for this one yet, but I am hoping to use this for a short story collection. And then I have another short story I drafted, which was a really bizarre, witchy story. I don't know how much more to say without spoiling anything, but it's maybe the most bizarre story I've written, and Brian hasn't even seen it yet, so I'm sure he'll be like, Amber, this is weird, but that's okay. And so I do have people ask, am I going to do my own short story collection? I do have one in the works, and it's going to be a little while out still just because of timing. So books like 2 comes out next summer, and then book 3 is going to come out hopefully this summer 2027. And then 2028 is either going to be my 90s horror story or the short story collection, depending on which one is the easiest to finish up. So the short story collection is going to be 13 stories, hopefully. I've written 11 of them. I have 2 I haven't written yet, but I have ideas for what I want to do with both of them. And so that's, those are kind of the 2 other things that are in the works as I'm working on, getting, of course, the 90s story finished, and then also getting that short story collection finished. It's going to be a mix of previously published stories and new stories. So unfortunately, a couple of the stories that I've written that I really loved are not available. They were published originally, and they have since gone out of print. One of them was a limited release charity anthology, so I knew it was going out of print. And that's Jane. I love that story with all my heart, and I'm really excited to get back into people's hands again. So that one will be coming back. And then I went back and forth on The Sleepover, which was published in Reader Beware, about whether I wanted to put it in this collection or save it for something else. And I think my current thought is it's going to go in this. It's going to be getting a revamp, so I'm going to be resetting it in the same universe that the 90s story is set in. So you'll either get that as an introduction to the world, or it will be a follow-up to the 90s story, depending on what order things come out in. All right, I gotta catch my breath for a second. I could just keep going forever, but then I run out of breath. But I think those are the key updates I have.
Yeah, well, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Curious if anyone has any questions or anything they want to talk about.
There aren't any viewers right now, so.
Oh.
At least, well, maybe there is one. I'm not sure. There might be one person here, but that could be your phone.
They could just be lurkers. It's fine if no one wants to talk.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, that's about all I think I have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so far Amber's been making a lot of great progress, so hopefully you all will be able to see book 2 here soon and see that new cover and everything like that coming out. So
yeah,
that'll be great when that happens.
Yeah, I'll be sure to keep you updated on that. If I have, I should have updates on when the cover is coming out by the end of the month. So, maybe in September's video, we'll talk about that. I'll also have more updates on the hardcover edition, maybe the audiobook as well. I haven't gotten to start recording that yet because I've been having some allergy issues, but I am hoping to get that going soon. And so we should have at least the hardcover coming out in October, maybe also the audiobook. So if you prefer either of those formats, keep that on your radar. They are coming. They are in the works.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's all I have. Thank you for tuning in. And
yeah, thanks for tuning in. And we hope to see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.